Hello there. Welcome back to CNC3 Kane's Wrath faction and sub-faction demos with me, TX. This is video 3 of 9, and in this lovely episode we'll be looking at the ZOCOM. The ZOCOM are the third and final GDI group in Kane's Wrath and are the toughest and most technologically advanced of them all. Their infantry can resist the effects of Tiberium, and their weapons are based around the sonic technology that we really don't get enough of with the other GDI teams. I was worried that I wouldn't have enough ZOCOM material to fill a whole video with, as there are only 6 units, powers and upgrades in total for me to review, and as such I had considered trying to fill in some time with a Command & Conquer themed cooking show. And once you've brought that back to the boil, you can add your Tiberium sauce. I recommend the blue, of course. You can use the green, but it doesn't have quite the same kick to it. The next stage is to take your mutant baby out of the oven. Hopefully it should be dead by now, otherwise... Oh my god! But that didn't work out like I planned, so I'll just have to get on with it. First up, the ZOCOM Raider. These tough little infantry units fire area of effect sonic shells, which means they don't just damage the thing they were targeting, but also the stuff next to it. And they have shoulder-mounted anti-air rockets. And, of course, they come equipped with all the benefits of red zone armour. Not sure what that means, that's what it says in the Kane's Wrath manual anyway. Presumably it means they're quite tough, even when they're balls deep in radioactive Tiberium crystals. So these little fellas, I say fellas, they've actually got quite a sexy female voice. They should come in handy, and they're good at killing vehicles, good at killing aerial stuff, good at killing buildings, and they can go place that kills other infantry, i.e. the middle of a Tiberium field. So stick a few of these units in a Tib field and let them kill everything in sight. A pretty groovy tactic I've thought of is to use your basic infantry units to make little bunkers, then stick zone raiders inside the bunkers. This should protect your zone raiders from attack by snipers or commandos or other powerful infantry units that could otherwise wear your zone raiders down a bit. Here's some zone raiders bunkered up with some snipers defending my base against some Nod troops. As you can see, they're totally and utterly owning. No mercy. And here are some zone raiders completely and utterly owning an enemy base. No mercy. So to cut a long story short, zone raiders rule. The zone shatterer is like a normal shatterer, but of course it's better. The best thing about these little hovering crumpled up baked bean cans is that they can use an overload beam, which makes them fire one really powerful shot and then have a short snooze, before waking up and being ready to fire another overload beam after just a handful of seconds. And provided that I've edited this video properly so that you can see the things that I'm talking about in this voiceover, you should now be looking at a group of zone shatterers attacking a construction yard. As you well know, construction yards are one of the buildings that have the highest hit points, no matter which faction you are. However, if you have a small team of zone shatterers attacking your base, I'd be worried. Unless you've got good base defences, a group of zone shatterers will make short work of one of your most vital buildings. Check it out. See? You're now looking at a bunch of ZOCOM orcas attacking my own Marv. The Marv is loaded with engineers to keep it self-repairing so that I could demonstrate something that I didn't know about orcas. Once they've run out of ammo, they go back and get more, and come back to keep shooting whatever it was they were trying to kill, and they'll keep on doing that until it either dies or they themselves die. Of course, it's quite hard to keep attacking your enemy when you yourself are dead. The ZOCOM orca is again like a normal orca, but better. This unit also fires area of effect sonic shells, so it damages stuff that gets too close to the thing that it's trying to attack. As a test of the area damage, I put a few squads of riflemen together and attacked the squad nearest the middle, expecting to see a bit of damage in the other squads. However, it turns out the ZOCOM orca is quite effective against infantry, and, well, this happened.
Attack is a go.
So I tried again, but this time with a small group of vehicles, and sure enough, all of the vehicles took damage, but the ones closest to the targeted unit got the worst end of the deal, and they were almost completely destroyed as well. There is a ZOCOM upgrade for the ZOCOM Orca, and indeed the other aerial units, the Hammerhead and the Firehawk too. The upgrade increases the armour and therefore hit points of all your aerial units. What you're seeing now is an attack on an Orca before and after the ceramic armour has been researched. Either rewind the video and count the shots, or just take my word for it that before the armour upgrade it takes 5 shots to down the Orca, and 7 shots to down the Orca afterwards. A noticeable increase there. With the GDI faction, you get Zone Trooper drop pod thingies, but with the ZOCOM GDI sub-faction, you get Zone Raider drop pod thingies. So you could use a radar scan to reveal the back end of your enemy's base, then drop your Zone Raiders in to start hacking away at your enemy's vitals. Marv thinks that's a great tactic, don't you, Marv?
Marv.
Last, but by no means least, is the upgrade that makes ZOCOM who they are. The tough Tiberium-resistant force with advanced technology at their fingertips. Tiberium field suits make your rifle, rocket and grenadier squads immune to Tiberium exposure damage. Here's a squad melting in a TIB field, and here's another squad with a TIB field suits upgrade. Ta-da! No more death! That's it for ZOCOM. Next up is the main Nod faction. There's more than a dozen units, structures, abilities and upgrades to look at, which, after taking time out of a 10-minute YouTube video for a cool intro and a crap joke or two, I'll only have about 30 seconds to review each of the new additions to the Nod Armada. So this is TX signing out, and I'll sign in again soon with a fast and furious Nod demo. So long, ZOCOM.